Oh, you might be wondering why I'm converting my 10,000 common wildcards to 20,000 elite wildcards right now. Well, I will tell you why. Because Clash Royale just put out this tweet. Elite wildcard card conversion rate changes. Common equals 1, rare equals 5, epic 20, legendary 1,500, and champion 4,000. Now this means nothing to you if you don't have the information from before. So this is what it was when the update dropped. A common wildcard is worth 2 elite wildcards. Common wildcards are now worth 1, so they're halved. Rare wildcards were 10, now they're 5. Epic, 50, and now they're 20. For that one, they just said, fuck it, we're not even halving that one. We're gonna round down for that one. It doesn't even make sense. So for some reason, Epic is now 20, but this is where it gets weird. Legendary wildcard was 200, champion was 500. Now it's 1,500 and 4,000. So this seems like a big change. This seems like a lot. We've gone up a lot here, but this is the thing. People are running the math on it, and it's weird. So Alp is the head of content in Royal API and someone I do trust when it comes to this sort of stuff. And he said we're going to have a deep look this weekend, but overall, this is a buff for free-to-play players, except expect a 13% increase in elite wildcards. The shop is 50% worse, and buying legendaries is now slightly better than those 5,000 elite wildcards / 150k shop offers, blah, blah, blah. And so my initial reaction when I saw this is, oh, so the ones we get a lot of, like the commons, the rares, and epics, we get them in our chests commonly, they're going to be worse. And then the champions and legendaries, which pay-to-win players will pay more for to get them in bigger and better chests, they're going to be rewarded. So the people who are free to play feel like they're going to get rewarded less. And this is the math on elite wildcards per gem. In the old system, when you opened a lightning chest, you would get 2. Now you get 1. In a fortune chest, you would get pretty much 2. Now you get 1. Legendary King's chest, you get 1.5. Now you get 3. So it is a bit weird with that, okay? And I knew this was going to happen. I knew they were going to withdraw the current elite wildcard amounts. And when Max tweeted this Reddit post out, I replied, I read the article right now. I don't know if I should use elite cards. If Supercell assesses the feedback and does decide to lower the amount of elite wildcards needed for level 15, then I don't want to trade all my magic items for elite wildcards and get scammed spending them on the current 50k price, because I knew something would get changed. And honestly, if I'm going to keep it a stack, you probably shouldn't use your elite wildcards right now, or your magic items on elite wildcards, because the dust hasn't settled yet. There is an outrageous amount of feedback. There is a lot of backlash. And so, yeah, people are not happy. They actually nerfed common, rare, and elite wildcard, epic elite wildcard conversions like we predicted. Clown emoji. And yeah, as you can see, people are replying in the comments, and they're not happy. Who asked them to change the conversion rates? Take a step forward and then 10 back, which is a classic with the Clash Royale team these days, it seems. I just don't know how they're continuously getting worse. Their motto probably is take a mile back, give back an inch. Okay, this is getting kind of sus with these phrases. And so Max said, all right, so Max is the developer of the game. He tweeted, all right, let's break it down. The average total amount of elite wildcards players can naturally earn from conversion each month is neither buffed nor nerfed. The goal is to make conversion rates for legendaries and champions feel better. There'll be no compensation for already converted magic items. Like I said, you're going to get scammed. And that's what I knew. I did not want to get scammed, and so I did not use my magic items until now. And within 2 hours of when I'm recording, the change is going into effect. Probably 1 hour within this video going out, so make sure you watch my videos sooner. And then people saw this. I hate to put it like this, but we need to start protesting directly to the game leads of Clash Royale. These are getting a lot of upvotes on Reddit. It has been made clear again and again that giving feedback to the community manager is not helping, whether it was constructive criticism or not. And people do not buy this. I feel like he is lying. Is there a way to prove it with Royal API stats? And like I said, Alp, who's head of content, runs the math, and he seems to think that these are the big winners: champion, legendary, legendary king, royal wildcard chests, and the losers are epic, giant, and war chests. And so someone replied, why can't you just increase the conversion rate of legendary and champions, legendaries and champions, instead of decreasing the value of commons, rares, and epics? Can you answer, please? And he did. Because that would mean increasing the total amount of wildcards players can naturally earn from conversion each month. I know that's not what you want to hear, but the goal is not to change the baseline. That is pretty fucking flat out. They just don't want to give us more because, like they say, they want it to be a long-term thing, but it's just kind of crazy to see it so blunt on Twitter. And then people were like, at least they're transparent, I guess, in response to this. And people do appreciate the feedback. I'd appreciate if they just talk to us like this instead of gaslighting. And it is true, a lot of the time they beat around the bush. They don't like to admit that they're doing a lot of things because they need to make money. And it's fair, like Supercell's a company, they want to make money. I just think there's a lot of better ways to do it a lot of the time. And sometimes on Twitter and Reddit, they make it very obvious that it's for the money, but they don't openly admit it. And so this was quite funny as well. OJ remembers that he wants to keep his creator code, and this was the video where they were testing out the new mortar, which we're going to get into right now, and this is what it said.
You know what's going to end up happening is they'll be powerful, and then once everyone starts getting evolutions unlocked, it's like, nerfed! No more powerful mortar. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Kind of how
Not
it
on
goes.
purpose, though. They don't do it on purpose.
He adds that, not on purpose. They don't do it on purpose. But the thing is, it is funny that he says when they introduce evolutions, they're going to get everyone to buy it and then they're going to nerf it, because that's what always seems to happen, and this is no exception. It has happened again, guys. Balance changes. Woo! Firecracker is getting a nerf. Not the evolved Firecracker, just the Firecracker. But this change is so negligent, it doesn't even matter. 0.6 to 0.65 slower. Like, that is, for the first hit, that is so, it's just a inconsistency in her interaction with the Princess Towers. So it's such a small change that it doesn't even matter. And then the next one, Royal Giant Evolution. Now, this is good. Royal Giant is, I've been playing against Royal Giant Evolution on ladder. It's just so ridiculous. It has like the HP of a golem, does splash surrounding damage, and it's ranged. It's a ranged golem with splash surround. It's ridiculous. So thank God this is getting a bit of a nerf. But then the Skeleton's evolution max count from 6 to 8. So 8 of them can spawn now. That is going to be crazy. I don't know if the evolution for Skeletons needed a buff that quickly. And people are not happy with this because it's just 3. These are the balance changes. And they're hitting today before the season ends. Normally they introduce balance changes after the season, so it's fair. But now they're just saying, fuck it. We're dropping 3 balance changes right now. And people are unhappy because this is such an underwhelming amount of balance changes. You know, people really look forward to balance changes and changing up the game, and this is it. And so it's like, what's going on? Why is that it? And to make things even worse, they introduced the mortar evolution. So let's watch OJ's clip here.
This is a regular mortar versus an evolved mortar.
Look how broken this shit is.
It shoots a goblin, and it shoots 1 second faster, has 300 more health.
So why does it need to
Look how
shoot,
much more
literally,
damage.
why does it need to shoot faster? Why does the Evolved Royal Giant need more HP? Why does the Firecracker not die to arrows? I mean, maybe the Firecracker is a bit different because that does make it feel a lot stronger and it might be too weak without it. But what I'm saying is that why do the Evolve cards need a HP buff and a damage attack buff as well? Just have the special unique ability which makes them special and cool and just leave it at that. I mean, I don't see why they need the extra buff and HP as well. That makes them broken, especially because you're not paying any extra for it. It doesn't make sense. It's just not balanced. And it's funny because literally back in 20, I don't know if you guys will remember this. Back in the day, goblin barrels would spawn out of the mortars for the April Fool's prank. 7 years ago this was. 7 years. 2016. It's just, you would never expect that this would actually be in the game in 2023. We got Nicole Knight at the top. Rest in peace. I wonder what evolved elite barbarians are going to be like. They ramp up in speed until they become speed. They get Formula 1 cars. Oh my god, bro. It's actually so funny. And then another thing, they added this Wi-Fi emote that actually people have been asking for ages. And of course, the Wi-Fi emote has to cost, it's going to cost real money. If you want this emote, you have to pay. Could have bought a better internet plan with this. The fact that there is no seamless Wi-Fi reconnect makes this cringe, to be honest. Wow, this is fucking scummy. It's like they're trying to get people to hate on them. I bet it's going to be $30. Yeah, the sentiment of this update is not good, man. That's what I'm gathering. Now, for views, it's great. I mean, we're talking about it, and it's fun. So, you know, we just hit 40,000 subscribers. So, woo! 40,000 subs, let's go. I never say subscribe, but we've gained like 10,000 subscribers in this last month, which has been crazy. And it's been fun making these videos. And I was making these videos before the update, just with a bit more drama now. So subscribe if you haven't already. This drama is crazy. I cannot believe it's still going. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, my choppers.